You might notice something strange in life. Two people can go through almost the same situation, but experience it completely differently. One feels calm, grounded, and capable. The other feels overwhelmed, reactive, or emotionally drained. So what's actually creating this difference? It's not just the situation itself. It's your internal state. In this video, we're going to explore how your nervous system and internal state shape the way you experience life, your thoughts, emotions, reactions, and even how you interpret reality. And before we start, just a quick note. This video is for educational purposes only. When we talk about state, we're not talking about mindset alone. Your state is your nervous system condition in a given moment. It includes your stress levels, your emotional activation, your hormone activity, your sense of safety or threat. Your brain and body are constantly scanning your environment and asking, am I safe? Or am I under pressure? And that scan influences how you experience everything around you. Let's take a simple example. Imagine someone doesn't reply to your message. If your nervous system is regulated, you might think, they're probably busy. But if your nervous system is stressed or activated, you might think, did I do something wrong? Are they upset with me? Why are they ignoring me? Same situation. Completely different emotional experience. This is important because it shows something most people don't realize. You are not reacting to reality directly. You are reacting through your state. Your nervous system acts like a filter. It influences what feels safe, what feels threatening, what feels overwhelming, what feels emotionally important. When your system is balanced, that filter becomes more flexible. When your system is stressed, the filter becomes more reactive. This is why small things suddenly feel huge, neutral situations feel personal. Everyday stress feels heavier than usual, not necessarily because life changed, but because your internal state changed. Research in stress physiology suggests that when the body is under stress, the brain prioritizes survival over clarity, which means more alertness, more scanning for problems, more emotional reactivity, less access to calm thinking. Your body becomes more focused on protection, even when nothing dangerous is actually happening. And over time, this can shape the way someone experiences daily life. The world can start to feel more stressful, more exhausting, more emotionally intense. Not because life objectively became worse, but because the nervous system has shifted into a more protective state. What's interesting is that your thoughts and your state constantly influence each other. Your state affects your thoughts, and your thoughts reinforce your state. So it can become a loop. Stress creates more fearful thinking. Fearful thinking creates more stress. And over time, this loop can start feeling like your personality or your reality. You've probably experienced this before. Some days, life feels light and manageable. Other days, everything feels difficult. And often, the external world hasn't changed that much. What changed was your stress load, your sleep, your hormones, your stimulation levels, your nervous system state. Your internal condition shapes the lens through which you experience life. This is also why regulation matters so much. Not because it makes life perfect, but because it changes how your body responds to life. When your nervous system is more regulated, you think more clearly, you become less reactive. Situations feel less overwhelming. You can respond instead of immediately reacting. You experience more clarity between what's actually happening and what your nervous system is interpreting. And this is influenced by much more than people realize. Things like sleep, food, overstimulation, stress, light exposure, environment, emotional processing, constant noise, and input. All of these affect your internal state throughout the day. Your nervous system is always responding to the way you live. So when we ask, why does life feel so different sometimes? The answer is not only external, it's also physiological. Your internal state is shaping your experience moment by moment. And understanding that changes the way you see yourself. Because sometimes, what feels like overthinking emotional sensitivity, feeling disconnected, or feeling overwhelmed is actually a nervous system under pressure. And that doesn't mean you're broken. It means your body is responding the way bodies respond under stress, which also means your state can change. And when your state changes, your experience of life can begin to change too. If this video resonated with you, you can subscribe to follow along. Because how you live internally shapes how you experience everything externally.